Your Kansas City Chiefs sit at 5-0, undefeated heading into the bye week. And now with a chance to reset and catch our breath a bit, we will examine some potential changes that the Kansas City Chiefs should make over the next week or so before their next matchup when they take the field again against the San Francisco 49ers. We know Andy Reid's the best in the NFL coming off a bye week. What do the Chiefs need to do? We'll explain more coming up in just a matter of moments. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us here on the Chiefs Report. Before we go any further in today's show, though, folks, we are getting close to 60,000 subscribers here on the channel, just over 500 away from that next milestone. For the latest happenings in your Kansas City Chiefs all season long, from daily news and rumors to our live shows, watch parties throughout the season, and more, you got to subscribe to the channel. Join us each and every day for free. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV to subscribe now for daily Chiefs coverage you won't find anywhere else. We got you covered. Subscribe now for free. You'll be glad you did. So with the bye week here, the Chiefs sitting at 5-0, but the common theme that you hear around the kingdom over this stretch has been they're winning, but. And on this edition of the Chiefs Report, we're going to go over the but. We're going to figure out what exactly the Chiefs need to do to get better over this stretch throughout the next few weeks here. Let's start with the offensive tackle situation for the Kansas City Chiefs. The interior of the offensive line is really solid. Creed Humphrey, the best center of the National Football League, he's played very well. What we've seen from Trey Smith and Joe Thuney, those guys are holding their own. But the offensive tackle position is just a mess at the moment, with Wayna Morris getting banged up. More on that here in just a second. Replacing Kingsley, of course, just a few weeks ago. Jawaan Taylor has just been awful, just been atrocious here. And so what do they do about this offensive tackle position? Let's start with what's going on with Wayna Morris. The last update that we received from Chiefs head coach Andy Reid of that injury that he suffered on Monday night against the New Orleans Saints, the good news for the Chiefs is it's not that serious of an injury issue. In fact, he's not even currently listed on the injury report, that he looks to be fine. Andy Reid saying this on Wayna Morris. Wayna was the primary one. He just kind of tweaked that knee a little bit, but other than that, we came out pretty clean. He's going to be okay. We're just going to give him some time here to rest up and go. He was doing a nice job when he had the opportunity. So that's very good news when it comes to Wayna Morris there. Hopefully things work out okay, and he continues to improve and get healthy and all that. Meanwhile, the other side, Jawaan Taylor. It has been a nightmare of a start of the season for Jawaan Taylor, and this week may have been his worst performance yet against the New Orleans Saints. His overall PFF grade was a 51.5, pass block grade of 50, a run block grade of 56.8. Got called for not one but two penalties. He leads the NFL in penalties since 2023. And the guy's getting paid $80+ million, and the results have been nothing but shit for him in that 2-year stretch. It's just been atrocious what we've seen from Jawaan Taylor. And if he doesn't figure out pretty fast, then he's going to get benched, and they're going to have to look for other options here. So over this bye week, what I'm hoping for is that this offensive tackle situation, that they make sure Wanya's okay, that he's on track, and then figure things out with Jawaan Taylor, that he has a mental reset or whatever he needs to do to get things right, because he's just not up to snuff at all right now for that position and the expectation of what he's being paid. What changes do the Chiefs need to make right now during the bye week? What stands out to you? We got a few more things I'm going to talk about here in just a moment, but I want to hear from you guys first. Weigh in, let us know in the comments section. Today's show is sponsored by GameTime. GameTime is the place to go for the best seats, the lowest prices guaranteed. Whether you're looking for tickets to sporting events, concerts, theater productions, comedy shows, and more, GameTime's got you covered. Chiefs games, Royals playoff games, and more. It's all on the GameTime app. GameTime has a new feature called GameTime Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. GameTime Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. They have their super deals. If you see a super deal, that's going to be one you don't want to pass up on. They have their seat views so you can get the visuals, see what your seat is like. You choose the event you want to go to. They got the prices listed. Then you choose your seat. From there, you're checking out on GameTime with Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, all major credit card providers. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Download the GameTime app, create an account, and use code ChatSports for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download GameTime today. What time is it? GameTime. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. So there was a report out a couple days ago from Albert Breer of the Sports Illustrated Monday Morning QB, and he was talking about the Chiefs wide receiver position situation. And he said that the Chiefs, from now until the trade deadline, are in a position where they want to roll with what they got for now while keeping their eyes open on potential options to see if they need to make a trade at the trade deadline at the wide receiver position with Rashee Rice out and with Hollywood Brown out and all that. So right now, the Chiefs receiving core includes Justin Watson, Xavier Worthy, Juju Smith-Schuster, McCole Hardman, and Sky Moore. With that said, we've seen Xavier Worthy have some moments. Juju had a very good game this past week. But is it sustainable with these wide receivers? That remains to be seen. Personally speaking, I would like to see the Chiefs make some calls and potentially see what the market dictates. Not saying you have to make a move necessarily, although I would like it and it'd be good for our business. But let's just see what is potentially out there for Kansas City. Some of the top wide receiver options include the likes of Amari Cooper, Deontay Johnson from the Carolina Panthers. We know about T. Higgins is potentially available. Darius Slayton is another option. DeAndre Hopkins. We heard just within the last 24 hours that Davante Adams appears to be off the table for Kansas City at this point, but we'll see exactly how it ultimately all plays out when it's all said and done. But just some possible names to keep an eye on. We'll see what exactly the Chiefs ultimately end up doing, but until they get a firm set answer at the wide receiver position, they need to weigh all their options open and before they ultimately make a call. Who is a wide receiver the Chiefs should add right now, whether it be somebody they should trade for or a free agent that's out there? Weigh in and let us know in that comment section who you believe that is. Number 3, this might be the most important one of them all, and that is getting healthy. Now, granted, there are some guys that it's beyond their control, that there's nothing that they can really do about, that are not going to be back anytime soon. But there are some others that are getting relatively close. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, for example, they opened up his window several days ago, that 21-day window to potentially get him activated and back on the active roster. There's talk of Charles Omenihu potentially being available as early as week 8, so that will be pretty soon, him coming back from that ACL injury. Rashee Rice, obviously not going to be back anytime soon, potentially out for the rest of the season, although they've opened up the possibility of a slim chance he returns in the postseason. B.J. Thompson with the chest injury, we'll see about him. Isiah Pacheco, there is the possibility he could return after the bye week. It's been mentioned that he might be available for that San Francisco 49ers game. And then, of course, Marquise Brown with the shoulder injury would not be available until the postseason. But with that said, like you're talking, 2 or 3 guys potentially available in the coming weeks that could make that return. And that could be a huge difference for this Chiefs team that has been so shorthanded at this point. Are you concerned about the Chiefs' injuries right now, where things stack up at the moment? What do you guys think? Weigh in, let me know. Y for yes, N for no. Are you concerned with where things are at right now? Weigh in, let us know. Number 4 on our list of bye week changes, cleaning up the little stuff. I think one of the things I look at with this Chiefs team at 5-0, and the thing that people point to of this team looking good but not great, is some of the little stuff that they could get better at. Starting right with the quarterback position with Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes has turned the ball over way too much. He's played in 10 straight regular season games with a turnover, which is a career long for him, including 6 interceptions in the first 5 games. Granted, that interception against the Saints wasn't necessarily his fault, that the pass that Juju dropped and turned into a pick the other direction. But for me, getting Mahomes more locked in and cutting back on the turnovers, that's one key. I'm also looking at red zone offense here. Too many times we're seeing this Chiefs team settle for field goal attempts. Right now, they're 30th in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage at around 38%. We mentioned the turnover factor. As a whole, it's not just Mahomes, but overall, this team has a turnover margin close to 1. That's about 29th best in the NFL. And then, although they're not getting called for a ton of penalties necessarily, they are getting called for a lot of penalty yardage per penalty. 26th in the league at 9.1. We mentioned Jawaan Taylor with the penalty issues he's had. And if you want to play championship football, you got to clean up those little things to separate yourselves. And I think that the Chiefs, that'll be an area of focus is, hey, if we want to be not just a good team, but a great team, we got to clean up the little things from there. At 5-0, coming off the Super Bowl championship, last on this list is relax. Enjoy the time off for this Kansas City Chiefs team. Look, even with everything that's gone on, I kind of have to remind y'all sometimes that, hey, the Chiefs are still in very good shape right now, and their best football is still in front of them. Go get some barbecue. Enjoy yourselves in Kansas City. Go root on the Royals and their playoff run. Just relax and enjoy the moment. Kind of live in the moment because things are going really good. Could they be better? Certainly so. But there's a long ways to go in this season. And I was looking it up, actually, for Mr. Kelce. Taylor Swift doesn't have a concert this week, so he can enjoy some time off with Mrs. Kelce, as Troy Aikman was calling her the other night. Don't come after me, Swifties, for that one. It's a joke. But nonetheless, just enjoy the time, relax, and go from there. And I think this team's going to be in great shape going forward. For continuing Chiefs coverage, subscribe now to the Chiefs Report. We got you covered each and every day here on the channel, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. I'm Tyler Jones. We'll see you next time.